Hello and welcome back. Today is Monday, January 19th. I have your 4 best bets for you in the NBA today. As always, if you're new to the channel, welcome to the page. We get a 9-game NBA slate on this Martin Luther King Jr. Monday. We get action-packed NBA action starting off here at 12, going all the way till 9 o'clock. We get 1, 2, 3, 4 primetime games. I'm shocked they didn't do 5. They could have easily done 5 primetime games, but our day starts off at noon, Milwaukee versus Atlanta. You got to love the consistency of Atlanta playing on this Martin Luther King Jr. Day because it's their day. I hope they're wearing those cool jerseys that they normally wear. This is on Peacock at noon, 231 over under. Atlanta, 2.5-point favorite. I'm very interested to see how this Atlanta Hawks team looks with Corey Crisper, CJ McCollum, and Jalen Johnson. Jalen Johnson's numbers have been down since they did this trade, so maybe today is the day, and Giannis has dominated this matchup in prior games. So this is going to be a fun early on matchup. Will we see Giannis continue to flex his muscles, or will finally Atlanta figure it out with the new players that they added? Oklahoma City versus Cleveland, 231 over under. No Jalen Williams in this matchup. No Darius Garland in this matchup. So this should be the battle of 2 of the best players probably in each conference, I would have to say. Donovan Mitchell, probably one of the best players in the Eastern Conference, versus Shai Gilgeous-Alexander on NBC at 1:30. Oklahoma City, 6.5-point favorite. Watch. This one should be a great game. I'm excited. Evan Mobley versus Chet Holmgren down below. It's going to be the other guys, though. But it's all about the other guys with Oklahoma City. They're going to... Donovan Mitchell will be in that torture chamber, and SGA is probably going to be able to do whatever he wants in this matchup. When we get Clippers versus Washington, 224 over under. Clippers, 7.5-point favorite. In that one, we get Dallas versus the Knicks. That's the other primetime game. We wish Anthony Davis was playing in this game, but he's not. Cooper Flagg's status is still questionable in this game. So it should be the Knicks show, and as it shows, Knicks are 10.5-point favorite in this one, the Jalen Brunson revenge game. In this matchup, but I expect the Knicks to blow them out in that game. We get the Spurs versus the Jazz, the biggest spread on the day, 16.5, 240 over under. This should be, I'm trying to think, a De'Aaron Fox show game, Harrison Barnes game. This should be a good game for the other guys for the Spurs in that one. 16.5-point spread. Wemby will probably gladly take the minutes restriction in this game. We get the Pacers versus the 76ers. This game should be pretty great. This should be a fun one early on. Pascal Siakam, Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid has dominated this matchup in prior games. And we get the Paul George coming back to the Indiana. Always a good time with that. I think it's an 8-point spread in that game. We get Phoenix versus Brooklyn. This game's a Fugazi. The game's a Fugazi. That game just doesn't exist in my head. 216 over under, the lowest over under on the day. Phoenix, 8.5-point favorite. I doubt Devin Booker would get any run in this one since he's questionable in this game, so it could be the Dylan Brooks show. But I'm no action in that game. That game, low over under, massive spread. That just screams a bad game overall. And Brooklyn's on a back-to-back in that game. We get Boston versus Detroit, a prime time chef's kiss great game later on at 7 o'clock on NBC, the late night game. So when you're watching the national championship, you could throw this game on too. It's worth it. You get Cade Cunningham versus Jaylen Brown, 2 of the top teams in the Eastern Conference battling it out. And then this late game, I'm kind of shocked they didn't have this other late night game as another NBC game, but hey, I don't run the TV paid partnership. Miami versus Golden State should be a great game. 238 over under. I think this is now at 240 over under. Golden State, 5.5-point favorite. No Tyler Hero in this matchup, so this should be a fun game. It should be the Norman Powell versus Stephen Curry, the Wiggins revenge game in this one. I'm excited for that game. It's a fun NBA slate day. We get 9 games, NBA action in full swing. Who cares about football? Come on. It was all jokes last night with the Bears game overall, but man, oh man, that was yesterday though. But today, before we jump into today's plays, we got to recap yesterday's action and yesterday in the NBA. Just like the Bears, I didn't show up. 1-3 in best bets. Nice week overall, though, I'd have to say. But Peyton Watson, I felt great about Peyton Watson. 11 points at half. No Aaron Gordon, no Christian Braun. It should have been the show. But, hey, I was totally wrong with Charlotte. Charlotte showed up and dominated the Nuggets in that game. And Peyton Watson didn't get close. Jaren Jackson Jr., he kind of was close. He finished the game with 17 points, 18.5 over under. He missed one shot in the fourth quarter, and that was for the over. He had like a little hook bunny, and he rimmed it out, and then they pulled the Grizzlies players with 7 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, and then they weirdly put all their starters back in with 2 minutes to go, and Ja Morant just shot a three, and that was it for them in the fourth quarter. Jaren Jackson Jr. had a horrible start to the game, but he had a pretty great third quarter overall. And then Brandon Ingram, he just fell short. The Lakers took care of business in that one, and Miles Buzelis, he took care of business for us, but that was yesterday. Today's a brand new day. It's how you start the week overall. And let's just jump into it. For my first play of the day in this noon matchup, Atlanta versus Milwaukee, 231 over under. Atlanta, 2.5 point favorite here on the cock. And AJ Green, man, I'm going back to him. He's been shooting the ball lights out these last few games. When Giannis Antetokounmpo plays, AJ Green chucks up three. So give me AJ Green to go over 2.5 threes, coming minus 132. On FanDuel. He has a great matchup here. The Hawks, they allow the second most threes to the small forward position. The Hawks, these last 15 games, allow the 11th most threes to the small forward position. And if you want to go off of points only, Atlanta, these last 7 games, they allow the most points to the small forward position. So overall, great matchup for AJ Green, but we just need him to shoot threes, which he has been. 4 for his last 5, averaging 3 threes made per game, with the last 5 games him having 3, 4, 3, and 2 in the most recent game. But the most recent game here, he only took 3 threes in that game, played few minutes, and he's averaging 6.3 3-point attempts per game. So he took 3 less shots than normal from beyond the arc in that game, and he still finished with 2 in that matchup, and it was a little blowout in that game. He's only gotten this over 1 for his last 3 against the Hawks, but the playing time was not what he normally has been playing. Last 3 games against the Hawks, where he had 3 threes made, he played 20 minutes. The next game he had 0. He played 20 minutes, and the next game after that, he made 2 threes, but only played 20 minutes in that game. But now if you go off of his last 5 games, he's averaging 28 minutes played per game. And when AJ Green plays 26 plus minutes in a game, he gets the over 74% of the time, averaging 3.2 threes made per game. 74% hit rate with Giannis Antetokounmpo in the lineup, averaging 3.2 threes made per game. So we love that overall. Atlanta is going to shrink down to the court as they watch Giannis throw all those bows and shoulders, all those elbows, and using his shoulders like he does. Should leave AJ Green wide open. Atlanta ranks 15th in allowed spot-up shooters, where AJ Green gets 53% of his points in the spot-up shot. Atlanta allows the 22nd most straightaway threes, where AJ Green takes 61% of his shots from. And then in Atlanta, they struggle in the corners as well. They allow the 21st and the 18th most corner threes with the left and right side. And AJ Green, he takes threes in those spots, 18% of his shots and 13% of his shots from each corner. So overall, this should be a great 3-point shooting matchup for AJ Green. And so small forwards versus the Hawks have had some massive 3-point games. LeBron James 2, Jimmy Butler projected only 1 3, made 2. Brandon Ingram made 3. He was projected to make 1. McDaniels 2, Larson 2, Okoro, his over-under was 0.5. He had 2. Vassell 4, Con Knipple 6, Paul George 7, Con again 7, Trey Murphy 4, Champagne 5, Keldon Johnson 3, and then Robinson 4, and 4 threes made. I've projected here at 3 threes made in this matchup. Come on, AJ Green, for MLK Day to start us off. So give me AJ Green to go over 2.5 threes, coming minus 132. On FanDuel, jump into my second play here in this Oklahoma City-Cleveland matchup here. And Donovan Mitchell, without Darius Garland in the matchup, becomes this team's point guard. He has a great matchup in the assist category in this game, so give me Donovan Mitchell to go over 5.5 assists, coming to minus 124 on DraftKings. That felt weird to say. Normally taking Donovan Mitchell points, but we're just strictly assists in this one here today. Oklahoma City allows the 5th most assists to the shooting guard position. Oklahoma City, these last 15 games, allow the most assists, and then these last 7 games allow the 6th most assists to the shooting guard position. And Donovan Mitchell, with Garland out, has gone over 4 for his last 5, averaging 7.8 assists per game. He's gone over 0 for his last 4 against Oklahoma City, but only played 1 game against them without Garland. And in that game, he had 5 assists in that game, with 16 potential assists in that matchup. So I love that. The one game without him, 16 potential assists, but only finished with 5. That's absurd. I bet today that gets a little more higher on that one. He's gone over 7 for his last 10 without Garland in the lineup, averaging 6.5 assists per game, having 10 plus potential assists per game. We love that. Oklahoma City is 29th versus spot-up shooters. So when Donovan Mitchell takes that high pick and roll with Evan Mobley, he does his fun slashing in the lane. Those spot-up shooters for Cleveland should have a great matchup here today. Again, 29th versus spot-up shooters. Shooting guards versus Oklahoma City. I've had some massive assist games. Norman Powell, a player similar, 4. Harper, 3. Stephon Castle, 8. Hero, 3. Williams, 5. Cowherd, 5. Simon James, 4. Another similar player, Devin Booker, 9 assists. Denny, 7. Luke Kennard, 5. Daniel, 7. VJ Edgecombe, 5. Castle, 7. And then Harper, 10. I have him projected here at 7 assists in this matchup here. Donovan Mitchell, with Garland being ruled out, as this new point guard for this team. He has a great matchup. Again, these last 15 games, the most assists to the shooting guard position. So give me Donovan Mitchell to go over 5.5 assists. Come on, minus 124 on DraftKings. Now we're getting to the chalky play here. We're going to get a little chalky in this one because Jaylen Brown dominates playing the Detroit Pistons. The Pistons are a very good defensive team towards small forwards, but Jaylen Brown has just dominated this matchup on prime time. Everyone's going to be watching this game. So it's going to be Jaylen Brown to score 30-plus points, coming minus 118 on FanDuel. He's gone over 2 for his last 5 overall, averaging 30.6 points per game, with the last 5 games him having 33, 25, 27, 27. And he's coming off of a 41-point game. He's gone over 3 for his last 3 against this Pistons team this season, scoring 41, 33, and 34 in the most recent game. He's gone over 5 for his last 8 against the Pistons overall, so he has a great history of getting this over against Detroit in prior games. Last 3 games in Detroit, he's had 33, 24, and 41 in the most recent matchup here. When he plays a top 5 defensive team, because the Pistons are top 5 versus small forwards, he has dropped 41, 33, 34, and 27. Those 3 30-plus point games were against the Detroit Pistons. He's gone over 6 for his last 10 road games, averaging 31.6 points per game. In 2 for his last 3 road games, he's had a 50-point game and a 41-point game. On the road, he steps it up even bigger for this team recently with a lot of the injuries they've been having. Detroit is 24th in points allowed in the paint, where Jaylen Brown has been loving to take the new mid-range, taking 31% of his shots in the mid-range. Detroit is 30th in free throws allowed, and Jaylen Brown loves to get fouled and get to the free throw line. Nearly 20% of his points come from free throw attempts. Small forwards versus Detroit have had some massive games. Kawhi, 26, Hunter, 14, Merrill, 15, Wiggins, 17, Kawhi, 55, Sensabaugh, 20, Concanipple, 19, Flag, 23, Jaylen Brown, 34, Norman Powell, 28, a similar player, not similar, but likes to high volume shots. And then Jaylen Brown again, 33. I have him projected here at 34 plus points. Jaylen Brown should have a monster game here, and I think he does in this matchup. So give me Jaylen Brown to score 30 plus points, coming minus 118 on FanDuel. Jump into my 4th and final play of the day in this Golden State Miami matchup here. 240 over under. This should be points late at night. And Norman Powell, with Tyler Hero being ruled out, moves to the shooting guard position. And I think Norman Powell has a great game ahead of him. So give me Norman Powell to go over 22.5 points, coming minus 120 on DraftKings. Golden State, they allowed the 3rd most points to the shooting guard position. The Warriors, these last 15 games, allowed the 2nd most points to the shooting guard position. And then these last 7 games, they allowed the 8th most points to the shooting guard position. And Norman Powell has gone over 6 for his last 10, averaging 23.8 points per game, and has gone over 3 for his last 4 against the Warriors, averaging 21.2 points per game. With the last 4 games against the Warriors, he's had 23, 26, 11, and then 25, which was against them this season. 57% hit rate without Tyler Hero in the lineup, averaging 24.5 points per game. 62% hit rate without Tyler Hero and on the road, averaging 25 points per game. Golden State allows the 20th most transition points, where Norman Powell gets 26% of his points in that action. Shooting guards versus the Warriors have been killing them these last few games alone. Miller, 28, Sexton, 17, Clarkson, 11, Bridges, 21, Sanders, 20, Wiggins, 15, Miller, 33, Black, 19, Booker, 38, Denny, 25, Booker again, 25, and Donovan Mitchell, 29 plus points. I have him projected here at 25 plus points in this game. So give me Norman Powell, to go over 22.5 points, coming minus 120 on DraftKings. And those are my 4 best bets for you in the NBA today. As always, let me know down below what's your best bet. I always love to tell you guys in the comments section. And while you're down there, please leave a like and subscribe. It shows me 90% of viewers are not subscribed to this channel. I'm talking to you at home, watching this at home on Martin Luther King Day. I'm talking to you. Please leave a like and subscribe. Makes me know you like the content. Hopefully having a wonderful Monday. Keep on smiling, and I will see you in the next one.